guys, it's Jessie here. I'm finally back with my review and demo of the E.L.F. Snow White the Fairest of Them All beauty book. I've been promising you guys a review on this for a while now, and it just sort of fell to the wayside, but it did give me a chance to really check out the products and really decide what my thoughts were on this. So, sorry for the delay, but I definitely have some thoughts on this that I'd like to share with you, so here we go. So this beauty book is sold exclusively at Walgreens. I talked to you guys about the exclusivity of this product when I did my review on the Ariel beauty book, which I will link down below so you can check that out if you haven't seen it. But it's kind of a limited edition thing, only available at Walgreens, but it's not as hard to find as some of the other kind of limited edition things that E.L.F. has done in the past. You can get it at certain Walgreens, but you can also order it online from walgreens.com as well as drugstore.com. So these are a little bit more accessible than, say, the villains books they've done in the past. So not quite as hard to get, which is great because I had a really hard time finding those books. Let's just go ahead and get into the book. You can see that the outside packaging is stunning. This is the #1 reason why you must own this. If you're a Disney fan at all, if you're a Snow White fan, highly recommend you pick this up. This is available for $9.99, so it's a great value. And it's just so beautiful. The artwork is stunning. If every single item in this book was crap, I would still spend the $10 just for the packaging. Not gonna lie. I'm a huge Disney fan. So inside the book, you get a little mirror. It says mirror, mirror on the wall. Very appropriate for Snow White. Inside the flap, there is instructions on how to create a look using all of the products in here, which is very handy if you're not makeup savvy, or if you just need some ideas. In here it says, once upon a time, the fairest one of all was you, and you lived happily ever after. Very, very cute. The products inside here, I'm not gonna lie, they're kind of hit or miss for me. It comes with 7 eyeshadows, and it's a really beautiful palette. You can see it's a great mix of colors. The eyeshadows are not incredibly pigmented, but they're not super soft. They're soft, but they're not super soft to the point where they're just kind of falling out and falling apart. They're not super chalky or anything. They're very decent quality, but they're not incredibly pigmented. You really have to build up the color on these. A primer is a must, and this book does come with a primer, which I'll get to in a second, but I want to swatch these eyeshadows for you. So the 3 top shades are there. Very, very pretty, nice sheen to them. This is I'm Wishing, which is a really pretty white. This next one is Diamond Mine, which is a really pretty kind of champagne shade. And this third one, which kind of reminds me of Urban Decay's Sin, it's kind of a pinky champagne color, is Hi Ho. So you can see them there in the first row. That's them. And then down below that, there are some more kind of jewel tone shades. Whoa, my camera just totally freaked out. What happened? Focus, camera. There we go. So we have Yodel, which is a really pretty kind of taupe shade. One Song is kind of a reddy brown color. Sorry, this is a little bit awkward. That's One Song there. Enchanted Forest is a really pretty green, and My Prince is a really dark, like navy blue. So I'll swatch these for you as well. Again, they're buttery. They're not incredibly like fallouty. Really nice, decent quality eyeshadows, but like I said, you do have to work with them a little bit. You can see the pigmentation on those is nice, except for maybe the blue. That's a little bit chalky. It's probably the worst quality eyeshadow of the bunch, but this is Yodel. That's that taupe shade. It's not as dark. You can kind of build it up. Add a little bit to it so you can kind of try to see it, but it is very pretty. That brown is One Song, Enchanted Forest, and My Prince. So that blue is not great, but the rest of these eyeshadows are really nice, especially if you use a primer and you kind of build them up. Pack the color on, don't try to sweep it because it'll blend away. But overall, really, really nice. Next in the book, we have the eyelid primer, which is the E.L.F. Essential Eyelid Primer that I've talked to you guys about before. I really love this stuff. It's just $1 on E.L.F.'s website, so if you decide against getting this book because it's just not for you or the shades aren't your cup of tea, I still highly suggest picking up the eyelid primer. It's a very awesome price, works well. It's just a sheer primer. You apply it, you blend it away, it blends away to nothing, you can't see it, but it gives your eyeshadow a nice base to stick to without changing the look of the shadow at all, other than just making the color pop. So that's a great thing that they put in the palette this time. This book also comes with an eyeliner. Now the eyeliner, I'm gonna tell you, it's kind of my least favorite part of the whole book. It's okay, but it's just not fantastic. There are better eyeliners out there at the drugstore that you can pick up, but it does come with the book, which is nice. It's black, but not terribly black, like it's not jet black. This particular one is soft and blendable, but other eyelid primers or eyeliner pencils from E.L.F. that I've tried from the Essential line have been really hard, kind of chalky, don't blend well. And one thing I will say about this, if you use this eyeliner, is make sure to set it with a eyeshadow because it will smear on you. The book also comes with a little eyeshadow applicator, which in my opinion is kind of useless. I was really psyched with the Ariel book because it came with the E.L.F. Essential eyeshadow brush, which is just like the flat shader brush, which is really fantastic. I wish that this book had come with that as well because I feel like it would just make it such a better value. I don't really know anybody that uses these eyeshadow applicators, to be honest, so that's kind of a throwaway thing for me. The blush in this book is gorgeous. It might be my absolute favorite part. It's a very soft, buttery, peachy color. Very nice, very flattering on my skin tone. I feel like it would be flattering on medium skin tones as well. If you have darker complexion, it might not be the greatest thing for you, but it's just really good quality. I really love E.L.F.'s blushes. All of the E.L.F. blushes that I've tried actually have been really good, so that's awesome. Comes with this little brush for the blush, which again is kind of a throwaway item. It's a little bit scratchy. It's not great, but it could be used in a pinch. I would just pick up the E.L.F. blush brush personally. That's from the Studio line, and it's a really fantastic brush. But, you know, you can definitely use this if you don't already have a blush brush in your collection. It's not fantastic, like I said, but it will do it the job in a pinch. And the last thing that comes with this book is the lip color, which says it's the color Brett, which is a little weird, but it's just kind of a corally red. It's not like bright tomato red in your face like you would expect from maybe Snow White. You know, Snow White's kind of famous for her pale skin, her dark hair, and her bold red lip. This is definitely more wearable, and I'm grateful for that. If this was a bright red lipstick, kind of like what she's wearing in the photo, in the cover art here, it wouldn't be wearable for me. I don't wear bold red lips very often, but this I can definitely pull off. It's really nice. You can build it up for a deeper shade if you want, or you can just wear it sheer. It's kind of a pinky red shade. You could layer it over a lipstick if you want that more bold red look, but I just think it's really pretty and it kind of suits my skin. I am wearing all of these products on my face right now. I did go ahead and do a demo of this book, which you'll see at the end of this review, so that you can kind of see all the products in action, get an idea of how they work on the skin. I created the look sort of that they give you instructions on how to do here in the book. So, you know, basically kind of a little how-to session, only not really, but it just gives you an idea of how the eyeshadows apply, how the blush applies, that sort of thing. So overall, I'm going to say this is definitely a must-have item if you're a huge E.L.F. product fan, if you're a huge Disney fan. The packaging alone, as I've said, is just to die for. So gorgeous. Worth the $10 price tag. If you're just in the market for a makeup thing, you could skip this. The products in here are not like knock you over fantastic. They're kind of mediocre, great for beginners if you're a beginner and you don't have a ton of makeup. This is a great way to start out, but if you're kind of a makeup enthusiast like I am and you have a ton, you don't need this in your collection. If you would like to see how I created the look that I'm wearing right now, stay tuned. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review and you got some really good input on the products. So hopefully you'll find this helpful. And yeah, stay tuned for this look. I'm going to start out by applying the eye primer that comes with the book. And I'm just going to put this on my lids and blend it out with my finger. And that's just going to help the eyeshadow stick and really pop. I really love the eyelid primer from E.L.F. I think it's a great value. You can buy it individually as well. So I'm just blending this with my finger all the way up to my brow bone and sweeping it a little bit under as well, because I am going to be applying eyeshadow there. And I'm sort of following the little guide that's here in the book that I talked to you guys about in the review section. It says, after you apply your eyelid primer, apply the White as Snow eyeshadow color I'm Wishing to the brow bone and inner corner. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to use this little E.L.F. brush, and I'm going to take that white shade right here, I'm Wishing, sorry if this is awkward, and do just what it says. I'm going to apply it to the brow bone and to the inner corner of my eye. And it's just a really light, shimmery white. It's not incredibly pigmented. I talked to you guys about the quality of the eyeshadows in the review. They're not the greatest, but they can definitely be worked with. There's a lot of looks that you can create with this palette of shadows, in my opinion. So once you've done that, blend a mid-toned eyeshadow color, Diamond Mine or Hi Ho, onto the eyelid from lash line to crease to help define the eye. So I think I'm going to use Hi Ho, which is the more pinky toned shadow, and I'm going to apply that all over my lids. And again, these aren't incredibly pigmented, but you can really build them up. They're not incredibly powdery or anything, so they're workable. Okay, it says apply the deeper eyeshadow color Yodel to the outer third of the eyelid. So Yodel is this sort of taupe colored shade. Very, very pretty. Might be the favorite from the palette. It's got some shimmer to it. And I'm just going to apply that just like it says. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. Blend it. Okay. What does it say to do next? Using the darkest eyeshadow color, One Song, blend a thin line along the crease of the eyelid to create a smoky effect to the eye. So One Song is this sort of chestnut brown shade. It's got a bit of a red tone to it. Very, very pretty. And I'm just going to apply that to the crease. Again, hopefully you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. Whoa, that's very pigmented, this shade is. I'm always surprised when there's one pigmented shade that's more pigmented than the others. So I may have applied a bit much. I'm going to just keep blending. Very, very pretty. I like this shade a lot. And I'm going to do the same with the other eye. Now, there are more colorful shadows in this book that you can use for a more colorful look. I'm just going for a neutral look today. And because that shade was so pigmented and I wasn't really prepared for it, I'm going to go back into I'm Wishing, that white shade, and reapply that to my brow bone. Just to blend that brown shade out and make sure that highlight is visible. And I'm going to go right back into Hi Ho, that shade that I used on my eyelid, and just pack that on again so that we lost a little bit of that when I applied my crease shade. And that's kind of the trick with these shadows, is just to pack them on, reapply. They really are nice. That is the eye look. I'm going to use the eyeliner pencil that's in this palette, even though it's not my favorite. I mentioned in the review portion that you can get better eyeliners around the same price, but because it comes with the book, I'm going to use it. It's a little bit hard. It's not as hard as some of the other eyeliner pencils I've tried from E.L.F. Essential line, but it's not fantastic. You can see it does work. Well, maybe you can see. I'm kind of out of frame. Sorry, you guys. And you can kind of smudge it, make it a little smoky. Now, this book does not come with a mascara, so I'm just going to use the mascara that I've currently got in rotation. This is the L'Oreal Paris Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. I'm just going to apply a quick coat of that. I'm not curling my lashes or anything. So one thing that I would say is probably missing from this book is a mascara, although the essential line of mascaras from E.L.F. honestly are not that great. So if you want to try an E.L.F. mascara, I highly suggest the 3-in-1 mascara from the Studio line. It's very nice. For $3, it's a great value. Okay, so I've got some mascara on just to define the eyes a little bit. Going back into the book, I'm going to use the Keep Singing blush, which you can see right there. I'm not going to use the little brush that comes with it. I'm just going to use the E.L.F. blush brush. And this blush is very, very pretty. Very welcome addition to the palette, I think. Very pigmented, not super powdery. There's that. And the lip color is actually really pretty. I expected the Snow White book to have a bright red, like in-your-face Snow White kind of red color. That's not really wearable for me, but I feel like this is more of like a corally red, so it's more wearable. So I'm going to apply that. And if you wanted more of that kind of red look, you could definitely layer this over a red lipstick. So that is the finished look. Like I said, the eyeshadows aren't incredibly pigmented, but they can definitely be worked with. The eyeliner, meh, I could take or leave. I'm not a big fan of the eyeliner. I really, really like the blush. I really like the lip color, and I think the overall look is really pretty. So overall, I really do like the book. The packaging, obviously, is the major selling point for me, but you can definitely get a really pretty look. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this and got a sense of how you can use this palette, and you found this helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Let me know if you have this book, And let me know what other princesses you would like to see E.L.F. do a beauty book on, because they've already done Ariel and Snow White, and I'm certain there's more to come. So let me know what your favorite Disney princess is. I personally am really, really hoping that they do a Belle look, because Belle is my all-time favorite Disney princess. Or Aurora would be really cool. So let me know what you think. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye, everyone.